Limited on sports. I did wrestle in high school in Oregon. You know, my mom got me into that, and that's when I really started seeing what guys could do, because you know, down south and anywhere else, you know, they think football players as being the toughest guys out there. They're not. Wrestlers take it to a whole nother level as far as conditioning and training go, even during the high school. You know, so it was a big stepping stone for me to really learn that. My first fight, you know, probably just about like everybody else's, hometown. It was a bar event, you know, at a bar. You know, everybody came out there. You know, I did have some training. I did have a very low level of jiu-jitsu. I did have some wrestling. And before that, I was a bodybuilder, so I was extremely strong and muscular. So I could just muscle around most people that didn't have any technique, you know. And of course, I won the match, you know, like 27, 30-second knockout or something like that, you know. But I knew in my heart that I really hadn't really done anything, you know what I mean? I couldn't really call myself a fighter. So I actually at that time started driving back and forth to Little Rock, which was an hour and a half each way. And what I would do is I would drive up, stay the night, train for 2 days as much as I could, go back home, come back, spend another night and train 2 more days. So I was doing, you know, 6 to 10 hour commute every week to train. And I did this probably 8 to 9 months before I was able to move up here and train full time. I try to fight the smart fight, which has done well for me, you know. And sometimes you might even see it, even in the UFC, you'll see sometimes guys say, "Oh, that was boring." It may seem boring to the average person, but you know, somebody that really knows what's going on can see all the little detail that involves in it, and that's what makes it more interesting. You know, and I know it doesn't cater to the average fan. But like I said, my whole mindset is I go in there to win, and I'm not necessarily looking for one option, but I am looking to win. You know, that's just all it is to it. No rage, no, I'm not mad at the guy, you know, it's just a competition. Overall, a long-term goal is eventually I want to teach, you know, and I know realistically I may not be athletic enough, or I started too late in life, you know, to say I'm going to be a UFC champion, etc., because honestly, that's not in my future. I do see myself continue to fight, maybe even fight locally, and you know, go towards the pro circuit here locally, maybe outside of Memphis, and maybe get on a smaller show like Bellator or something 1 or 2 times. But you know, I'm just being, I am realistic about things. You know, I'm not going to say I'm the next champion. Well, there's a few things I'm proud of. You know, I'm proud of my service that I've done for the military. You know, the 82nd, all the parachute jumps, all my tours duty. I have several awards, accommodations. I achieved a sergeant rank within 2 years. That was a really big part of my life, especially for the time frame that it went down. It all went down long before everybody was going to war. This was, you know, we're talking 10 years ago when everything was first kicking off and we were the first guys in. That was a big accomplishment. It's actually a big accomplishment for me to be part of this team here at Westside. You know, they just don't take in anybody to train and fight. You know, out of the hundreds of members that they have here, they probably only have 5 guys that they actually spend time with to train and fight. So that's a big stepping stone for me, especially here in Arkansas.